Hello everyone, this is Dr. Wilson Jetty, Department of English in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. I'd like to share some of the aspects, particularly subject and verb agreement issues. It is one of the important lessons in grammar. Subject and verb agreement. So what is subject and what is verb agreement? What is the relation between subject and verb? And what is the compatibility a writer has to follow? Many times we overhear many things that, some people, subject is different to the verb. So there is no compatibility. I have many times. Some people, he don't know. Very casual mistake. I did not went to college. These are the very common mistakes, particularly our students do. So, what is the subject? First, we should have basic knowledge. What is the subject and what is verb agreement? What is the relation between these two, and what kind of verb we have to use, and what kind of the subject and what kind of the verb we have to use, whether that particular verb fits to that particular subject or not. We should know. It's a very basic thing, this one. And the prime aim of my lesson is to avoid such confusions. Even corporate people also, they speak this kind of thing. He don't know. It's a very a big mistake. He don't know. See, just I'd like to share that, particular issues I want to share with my students. What is the subject and what is verb and what is the relation? The prime aim of teaching this topic is to understand the uses of verb appropriately. Uses of verb should be appropriate. However, language skills depends on the uses of right subject and right or appropriate verb. Then only the speaker is able to convey the message effectively. And understand the relation between the subject and verb. Very casually, many people very casually they speak. They don't follow the patterns or the rules and the norms of the grammar. That is the very irresponsibility. You should not use a language like what you wish. Because you are conveying something. If you are using language, you are conveying some information. So, being a speaker or being a writer, you should understand what you are doing, whether you are conveying the message in appropriate manner or not. So, appropriate perfectness is very important when we are using language. Then, you will be recognized. See this one. When the subject of a sentence consists of two or more nouns or pronouns connected by coordinating conjunction and use a plural verb. And this is a coordinating conjunction, right? So, when the subject of a sentence consists two or more nouns, two or more nouns, how can it be possible? You and I are friends. You and I. And these two are connected by conjunction. So, you and I are friends. Can we use you and I is a friend? No, it's wrong. Because that is, subject is, there are two nouns. There are two pronouns. Okay, pronoun is also noun equivalent. Instead of that particular person's name, we are using he and I, or you and I. So, okay, black and white are my favorite colors. Black and white. And do one thing, the same parts of speech. Black and white. Okay, black and you are my favorite colors. No, there is no meaning. It's a meaningless. So, same parts of speech. And you and I are friends. Black and white. So, when subject consists two or more nouns or pronouns, there we have to use a plural verb. That is verb agreement. Then only the meaning will be appropriate. If you use any other be form in that context, definitely there is no meaning. It is wrong. Grammatically, it is error. So, two or more singular nouns or pronouns. If they are written using with or nor, n-or, nor, use a singular verb. In previous one, if subject consists two or more than two nouns or pronouns, that the agreement of the verb is plural. But here in this case, if two or more singular nouns or pronouns are joined by or nor, use a singular verb. The book or the pen is in the drawer. The book or pen. The book or pen is in the drawer. So, why do we take here is? Because we are, see the context, book or the pen. So, we are emphasizing only one, the book or pen is in the drawer. In that context, we have to use only singular verb. So, is the appropriate word. There is a subject-verb agreement. What is the subject here? The book or the pen. This is the subject. What is the verb here? Is the verb. There is a compatibility. But in previous slide, if we go to previous slide, see this one. You and I are friends. Black and white are my favorite colors. Here we take a plural verb, plural form, plural verb. But here in this slide, we take only singular verb. So we have to be careful when you are using this one. Yeah, see this one, next point. When a compound subject contains both a singular and a plural noun or pronoun joined by or not, the verb should be the singular part of the subject and near to the verb. Yeah. When a compound subject. What is a compound subject? Compound means there are many words in the subject, but a group of words which act as a subject. That is a compound subject. The boy or his friends. The boy or his friends. The boy or his friends. What it is? At that time, we have to consider the second one. Here, we just don't bother about the first subject. Here in this context, the boy or his friends. Are his friends plural or singular? Plural. So at that time, that agreement should be the second noun and the verb. It is not the agreement between the first noun and the verb. So the boy's friends run every day. Run every day. See this one? I changed that one. Is the friends or the boy? What is the second noun here? The boy. So runs every day. Okay. In the first sentence, we use only run. And in the second sentence, runs. Because it is the singular. The boy is the singular. But in first sentence, his friends, it is a plural form. His friends. At that time, we have to use run. So be careful when you are using this kind of sentences. You have to consider the second noun in order to maintain agreement, verb agreement. Okay. See this one. Doesn't is a contraction of does not. Usually, does not. Okay, what is the contraction? Doesn't. Many people, they don't use this one. Doesn't or does not. Simply, they use only one word. Do not. He don't know. She don't know. Okay, like this. Okay. But here, be careful. It doesn't. Doesn't is the contraction. Okay, that's it. Only with a singular noun. Third person singular noun. For example, what are the persons? First person, second person, and third person. First person, singular and plural. What is the singular? I and we. We use the plural. Second person, you. And you use the plural. Same. Singular and plural. And what about third person? He, she, it. So, what about the plural form? They. See this one? This does not or doesn't, it is used only a third person singular. Don't is the contraction of do not and should be used only with a first person or plural forms. Okay, we have to be careful when you are using this one. See this one? She doesn't like it or he doesn't like it. They don't like it. They don't, she doesn't or he doesn't. So use that doesn't and don't appropriately. Many times, I overheard many times when people are making conversation, they use only he don't know. Simple. Okay? Avoid that. See this one. Do not be resolved by a phrase that comes between the subject and the verb. The verb agrees with the subject, not with a noun or pronoun in. See this one. What is the first example? If you observe this first example, one of the boxes is open. One of the boxes is open. Do not be missed by phrase that comes between phrase, but it is one of the boxes. One of the boxes is the phrase. But what is the right verb here? One of the boxes are open or one of the boxes is open. The people who listen to that music are few. The team captain as well as his players is anxious. The book including all the chapters in the first section is boring. The woman with all the dogs walks down my street. Fantastic examples. Here, in previous slide, here, see this one. The boy or his friends run every day. We take here, plural form, plural verb, run. But here, one of the boxes is open. So, we are emphasizing there is a single box is open. There are many boxes. Among them, one box is open. So, one of the boxes is open. He is one of my best friends. he is one of my best friends. One of my best friends. We should not say one of my best friend. So one of my best friend is wrong. Grammatically wrong and not acceptable. Like that, one of the boxes, one of the best friends. Hyderabad is one of the best cities. One of the best cities. But we are emphasizing Hyderabad here. One of the best cities. Like that, one of the boxes is open. The people who listen to the music of you, the people group, the people, see that agreement of the verb. The people who listen to the music are few. See this one. And the next one is the team captain. Actually, there is a phrase as well as his players. You don't bother about that phrase. What is the subject here? The team captain. The team captain is anxious. That is actually sentence. The team captain is anxious. But here, the team captain as well as his players. Here, it is extra information. But what is the agreement of the verb? Is right and appropriate verb. Because what is the subject? The team captain. For that reason, is. It is a singular, third person singular. It is a singular subject, so that is appropriate one. And the book, including all the chapters in the first section, the book is boring. That is actual sentence. Including all chapters in the first section, it is extra information. You should not bother about that. What is the sentence? What is the subject here? And what is the verb here? There should be compatibility. There may be a lot of information in between the subject and the verb. But you should be very careful. What is the subject and what is appropriate verb? So according to that, we have to use here. The book is boring. This is exact sentence. But here, the book, including all the chapters in the first section, it is extra information. For that reason, we keep in comma, separate. This is the sentence. The book is boring. And the woman with all the dogs walks down my street. The woman walks down my street. That is exact sentence. The woman see this one. The woman with all the dogs. With all the dogs, it is a phrase. What is the subject here? The woman. Woman is the subject. And what is the appropriate verb? So there is agreement between the subject and verb. It's not walk, it's walks. Because it's a third person singular. Already we know that if the verb, if the subject is third person singular, the verb it will take yes or yes. He goes to school. Okay, he goes to school. Like that, the woman walks down my street. Okay, with all dogs. This is extra information. So, be careful. Don't get confused if there is a phrase. Okay, your focus should be on the subject. What is the subject? There may be many phrases like this in between. You just ignore that. Just ignore. Okay, first, you should be very careful and you should have clarity what is subject and what is the appropriate verb. That's enough. You can write perfect sentence structures. See this one? The words each one, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anybody, anyone, no, okay, nobody, somebody, someone, and no one are singular and require singular verb. These all are singulars. Hey, anybody is there in the house? We can say that. Anybody is there in the house. Anybody is there. Anybody is the singular. You have to consider it singular. Each of these hot dogs is juicy. Hot dog, we know, that's a eatable thing. Each of these hot dogs. Each of these hot dogs. Each of these. Very interesting. So, you have to use such kind of sentence. Is appropriate verb. Why it is appropriate? Each. Each is a singular. So, we take is juicy. Everybody knows Mr. John. Everybody. Everybody is a singular. It is a third person saying, everybody knows. Everybody knows. Like that, we have to use this kind of sentence. Because when you are applying, when you are writing the verb, be careful and whether there is a compatibility between the subject and the verb. We have to and see this one. Nouns such as civics, mathematics, dollars, measles, and news, these all are singular verbs. The form of that word looks like a plural: civics, mathematics, dollars, measles, and news. No. These all are singular. The news is on at 6. The news is. News is a singular verb, a singular noun. Singular. Singular subject. So, at that time, the news is on at 6. So, you should not use it. The word dollars is a special case. When talking about amount of money, it requires a singular verb. But when referring to the dollars themselves, plural are required. I have few dollars, so you can say this. So, use, okay. Check the examples. $5 is a lot of money. $5. Already $5. $5 are a lot of money, is or not? $5 is a lot of money. 100 rupees is a lot of money. 100 rupees is. We should not say 100 rupees are. Dollars are often used instead of rubles in Russia. Russian rubles. Dollars are often used. See, in this context, but here we specified $5 is a lot of money. Here the context is different. We are using dollars are often used instead of rubles. So use that properly. And nouns such as scissors, tweezers, trousers, shears require plural form. Scissors. These scissors are dull. These trousers are made of wool. So you have to take trousers because there are two. Okay. That is the set. When you're talking about the scissors and all these nouns, you have to take plural form of the verb. So it is clear. And see this one. In sentence to begin with, there is or there are. The subject follows. In sentence beginning with there is or there are, the subject follows the verb. There is not the subject. The verb agrees with that follows. What follows? There is. What it is? There are 5 students in a class. We are talking about 5 students. There are 5 students. There is a book on the table. There is a book on the table. So, only one book. There is. There are 5 students in a class. So at that time, be careful, the verb should be compatible. Okay? We take plural form, and we take a plural verb, and we take singular verb. Where do we take plural verb? There are 5 students. There are many questions. There is a question. Like that we can use that. There is a question. There are many questions. So, it depends on the noun. We have to find out. There, it's not the noun. Okay. So, what is the noun? There are 5 students. Okay. So, be careful when you are using there is. And collective nouns are words that imply more than one person, but that are considered singular. And take a singular verb such as group, team, committee, class, and family. We know all collective nouns. There's a group of things, group of people. Okay, but when you are using that kind of collective nouns, you have to use singular noun, singular verb. The team runs during practice. The team means not a single person. There may be many people, many players. If it is a cricket team, okay, there are 11 persons. Okay, the Indian cricket team is. Our team is, we can use, our team is very strong. Our team is. Okay. The committee decides how to proceed. The committee means there are some people. It is not the one person. Committee means there must be some 5 or 8 or somewhere. The committee decides how to proceed. This family has a long history. Family has, not this family have. Okay, has. So be careful when you are using these collective nouns. And expressions such as together with, including, accompanied by. Okay, so the president accompanied by his wife is traveling to India. See that already we discussed this kind of sentence in our previous slide. The president accompanied by his wife. The president is traveling to India. That is the exact sentence. The president is traveling to India. This is a phrase, accompanied by his wife. So, the words like accompanied by, including. Okay, if you find this kind of words, you have to use singular verb. Okay, the president. All the books, including yours, are in the box. All the books is a plural form. The president is the singular. All the books. Shall we say, is in the box? No, it's a plural form. Including yours is including, accompanied. Okay, so you use appropriate verb form when you are using this kind of things. Thank you, students. Thank you very much. Use this kind of verb and subject and verb agreement effectively when you are writing. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.